Hey Train Rail Fan, hey Moonlight Productions, how you guys all doing? Hey Mac, good, how about yourself? Good to hear, guys. I have no idea what this train is, by the way, that's coming north. Is it what'd they say, BNSF 8,000, 9,000 something? I think got a warrant to go north. Said something about how he's gonna give him one up to North Graston, so. Where he is, I do not know. Wowza. Hey. Okay, that's a lot of trains for one day. Quite a few people out on the trail today. Seen two guys. Hey Derpy, how you doing? Seen two go by on skateboards. I've seen 4 go by on their bikes so far. So that's 6 different people right now that have gone by. Hey, the Hinckley sub is very hit and miss there, Mac. Very hit and miss. You can have times where there's a lot of stuff, and you can have some dead times. So when I heard this one was coming north, was already out on a bike ride and heard them talk on the radio. I'm like, yep, gonna bike to my usual spot, see if I can get it. They said they gave him a route up to North Graston, but I couldn't hear on the radio, I could only hear the dispatcher side. So he gave him a warrant, so probably somewhere south of here, I'm assuming. Because I didn't hear them talking as if they were in Cambridge. I don't know. I honestly don't know, Mac. I'm not quite totally sure what it is. I watched the Fridley cam and I haven't seen any, and they got a route, so nothing's gone by the Fridley cam. No CP, no UPs, just some intermodal trains that have gone by. So whatever it is, if it's not pulling out of Andover or my dumb luck pulling out of Cambridge, if it's not one of those, then it's probably pulling out of the yard. So it could be Northtown Superior or some train that's been parked in the yard that they're taking out. I'm not totally sure. And now that I'm doing this live stream, I can't watch the Grandy cam to see if they pull anything out of the siding, but haven't heard any EOTs today, so I highly doubt there's anyone parked in Cambridge. So it's somebody coming north, but I hope so too. I hope I gave it enough time for whatever it was, pull out of the yard, to actually pull out of the yard and start coming up this way. Because once they get onto the sub, you got about half an hour or less till it comes rolling through here, depending on how slow they're moving. And I did see they had some track equipment parked in the spur track in downtown Isani. So they might be doing some work around here. So they might have, and I have noticed that I caught 447 on Thursday when it was going north. Was that Thursday? I think it was Thursday. I caught 447 when it was going north with the CP leader and the UP 70M, I think is what it is. When it was going north, and they seemed like they were going pretty slow when I caught them in downtown on Thursday. They were going kind of slow through town, so they might have a little bit of a slow order through here. When is the train coming? Yeah, I know I'm gonna get this question a lot. I couldn't tell you, honestly. Hey, train fan. Yeah, I don't know. I honestly don't know when it's coming through. All I know is that they got a warrant to Graston. Dispatcher said, hey, BNSF, and I thought they said 9,000 something. It was either 8 or 9,000 something. And they said, like, good afternoon, gonna give you one up to North Graston. And then he said, 535 dash whatever. And then I could only hear his end of it. So that's all I know. That's all I know. And does that mean if they're giving one up to Graston, does that mean we got a train coming south? But depends on what kind of train this is. Wow, my ears are playing tricks. I thought I heard a horn already. Yeah, I saw the MITPS crew. Yeah, that was pretty friendly for you. Saw your video. Is there gonna be a train coming around 6? $247. Oh, cool. Around 6. Duluth trains. I couldn't tell you because on this line, on the Hinckley Sub, there is no actual set schedule. There's no set schedule out here on when trains run. You can sometimes go 12 hours and nothing goes by. Like, we haven't had anything go by here since, what was the last train you put on there, Mac? MITPS, like really early this morning. Like, we haven't had a train go by since then. That MITPS that went by, that was the last train that we've had go by here. Oh, cool. Is that on a coal train? Is that what you're waiting for? Oh, I want to see a gray ghost again. Hey, did anyone hear anything on that Abraham Lincoln locomotive, by the way? Oh, okay. Wow, having an ace leader, or an ace, what do you say, ace duo? Oh, an ace leader, that's pretty good. It's always cool to see an ace. And whatever this train is that's coming north, if it's a BNSF 90-something, I wish I could remember if it was a higher number or a lower number. Because if it's a lower 9,000 something, if it's a lower one, then that'll be an ace for me. And if it's not and it's a higher one, then it could be a Mac. Possibly. And I'm not opposed to seeing either one of those leading. Usually it's the 9,000s or the cool locomotives. You're either going to get an ace or you're going to get a Mac, depending on if you're on the lower or the higher end of it. And I'll take it. Oh, cool. Well, the aces, they all have good horns. unless there's different ones. I don't really know the difference between horns a whole lot. All I know is that the Aces always have the horns that blow your eardrums out. They're loud. You can kind of tell. I have... Okay, all right. Hope you get some cool shots. Well, I know you'll get some cool shots. I just realized that 8092 isn't coming on the Hinckley sub. It's on the staple sub with the 25th anniversary unit, and yet I still say every 25th anniversary unit is mid. Yeah, it'd be cool if they'd send that up this way. Caught my very first ever 25th anniversary unit on the Hinckley sub, actually. It's on the Superior Northtown when it went south with 6 locomotives on the front and 1 DPU. And the 25th anniversary was like the middle, I think, like the 3rd or 4th locomotive in on the lead 6. It's like that was a way overpowered Superior Northtown. And then not even a couple days later was down on the staple sub with Trevor and caught a 25th anniversary leading a train going east. Gone years without catching a 25th anniversary, and then wound up catching 2 in less than a week. Both different numbers, by the way, too. Not the same one. So that was pretty slick. Sometimes you gotta get a little dirty if you want to get a picture. Flowers for that. I heard Trevor say he was going to Kansas City, Missouri, but I didn't see him because I'm way too far from where he is. Is he there currently? Like right now? Hey, how you doing? Mr. Railfan Taden? Is that how you pronounce that? Hey, if you haven't hit that like button, by the way, maybe consider doing that. I see we're only at 1. Someone's really going at it over there in that scrapyard. New here. What railroad owns this line? Blue Water Productions. Well, welcome. Really quick, I'll answer this one. I think he hasn't said anything yet or any updates on his channel. Oh, okay. What is the mystery train coming? I do not know. It's a mystery for all of us. That's why I put mystery train, because I have no idea. All I know is we got a train coming. They got a warrant to North Grafton. That's all I know. Where they're at, I would assume they are somewhere, hopefully between and over in here. Hopefully. New here. What railroad owns this line? BNSF. This is the BNSF Hinckley Subdivision. And CPKC and Union Pacific have trackage rights on this train, or this line. And basically every day we get 2 BNSF trains for sure. The Northtown Superior and the Superior Northtown. We get 2 UP trains. The MSSIT that goes north and the MITPS that goes south. And then throughout the week, sometimes it could be a couple times a week, we get some CPKC trains that run through. 447, that's a northbound manifest. 446, that's a southbound manifest when it's coming back south. And then we can sometimes get CPKC grain trains, which is 350. I think it's 350 going north and 351 going south. I thought I heard a horn. And then we can get other... Oh, that's an airplane. And we can get other trains too. And we can get some pictures of this airplane quick. We can also get sometimes grain trains that go by here. They run coal trains, some mainly loaded, sometimes empties, that go north. The loaded ones do. We get UP coke trains. We used to get taconite trains, but then they stopped running those. We get trains that go north and south for storage, so we can get like auto rack trains if they're bringing cars up to store them, the rail cars, or we'll get them when they're coming south when they're taking them out of storage. We get sand trains every once in a while, potash trains, Geo cars can come through here. What else? Saw an entire steel coil train that they took out of, I think it was Brook Park. Got that going south. All just steel coil cars that they took out of storage. You get rail trains every once in a while. Empty windmill blade cars, so the train will be it'll have the windmill blade cars, but it'll be empty. Occasionally you might get a bare table going north or south, again for storage reasons. What else can we get? If there's ever a derailment, like one that there was in Big Lake on the Staples a couple months back, where we got 4 intermodal trains that went south through here because they were routing them around because there was a big intermodal train that derailed in Big Lake and shut that down for a while. So they routed 4 intermodables through here. And that was the first time in over 15 years that there had been a stack train that had gone through here. That was a crazy sight to see. That was really weird. Very foreign. Oh, we get ballast trains. Those will go through here. So there's a lot that you can see on this line, but it's not like crazy active. I think the most trains I've ever gotten in a single day on this track was it 7 or 8 trains, I think, is the most I've ever gotten in a single day on this line. Sorry if that was a lot. Kind of racking the brain a little bit. Some nice railroads and trains, much different from what I'm used to. Different as in, is this line slightly more active than yours, or is this line not as active as yours? Because this links up with the Staples Subdivision, and that line's really busy. That line, they can see probably 40, 50 plus trains a day. The one that this one links up to. So this one branches off of it and goes up to Superior and connects to the lake sub up there. Hey, we're up to 5 likes. That's good. It's a better looking number than a 1. I live near the Canadian border, and there are a few lines near here. I'd say, give or take, there are 19 to 24 trains a day where I am at, but it's mostly manifest. Don't usually see too many bulk trains. Oh, that's still a good chunk of trains, though. That's like a nice action. Nice bit of stuff you can see. Okay, I'm back because the train still isn't here, but I thought it was. Why, did you hear a phantom horn? Like me, I thought I've heard a horn twice now. You haven't missed anything, train fan. Nothing's gone by here yet. Gave a lesson on trying to rack my brain on the different kind of trains that run out here. Oh, another one I forgot about too was weed sprayer trains. Because Mac had put something that a weed sprayer went by at like 10 or 11 o'clock last night past the Grandy Cam going south. I forgot we get those trains too. Oh yeah, we can get sand trains too that are destined for Canadian National. We can get some CN sand trains. We get those from time to time. And grain. Yeah, when you think about it, there's a big variety that come through here. It's just not all at one time or not on a daily occurrence. No, the signal turned on, so it's in the next block over, but still not here. Yeah, it depends on how big the block is. Are they running slow? Is there a chance they could have stopped somewhere for some reason? Ooh, jeez. And that bird's flying high. Wow. Clouds look cool today. Ooh, we got 9 people watching. 9 watchers, 6 likes. That's pretty dang good. When is the next train coming? Your guess is as good as mine. I know there is a train coming. Where between here and Northtown is it? I do not know. Hopefully it's gotten, I would assume, I started this stream 30 minutes ago. I heard the train get a warrant like 15 minutes before even starting this, maybe even 20 minutes. It's got to be on its way. It being almost an hour. For a train, once they get their warrant to get out of Northtown and to come through here, like when the Northtown Superior comes, it can be about an hour. And I don't know what this train is. It could be the Northtown Superior, but it just seems too early to be the Northtown Superior. That's why I put mystery train. I do know it's not a CP train, and I know it's not a Union Pacific train because I watched the Fridley cam for a good 15-20 minutes after this train had gotten their warrant and nothing had gone by. And normally once those a CP or a UP train gets a warrant, they usually go by that cam not even 5 or 10 minutes after getting the warrant. Like, it's usually pretty quick. So I know it's not one of those, so it's got to be something that came out of the yard. So it's either the Northtown Superior, a train for storage, or maybe it could be some bypass train that pulled into the yard early this morning or last night because they didn't have a crew or something. It could be one of those. That's why I call it mystery train. It's just where on this line it is, I don't know, because there's no ATCS here. The only thing that can really help is signals. So they light up for the block, block by block, but where I am here, it's harder for me to go check and see the signals. Yes, it is. So, like, with me knowing this train was coming, I had to go by, okay, I heard that they got a warrant, but they were far enough away that I could only hear the dispatcher's end of it. And said he was going to give them a warrant up to North Graston. Hi, Jack. How you doing? Good luck, train fan. Sorry, I'm just now seeing it. Train is likely Northtown Superior. Okay. Hey, BNSF 1458. Good to have you, by the way. It just seems a little early for it, though. And I'm not saying it's not the Northtown Superior, but just with how they've been running lately, like, coming this way before 3 o'clock like that, because normally they don't come till at least as the past has been showing later than 4 o'clock normally. But like I said, I'm not saying it's not. May have something to do. I've heard other people say that about them becoming the local, but they still run the local out here. They ran the local a couple times this week already. The thing is, though, is it doesn't sound like they're going up to Hinckley, though, anymore. They go up to Cambridge, do their work, and then they come back. They don't go any further past Cambridge. But yeah, the local's still running, because I heard was it Thursday morning? They were changing their locomotive number up in Cambridge to come back south from the 28 something to 31 something. Oh, I hear a horn. I think I heard a horn. That was either a horn or car. Well, they have been. I have heard them say that, talk about how they gotta drop off some cars and do stuff. So maybe they're doing some of the locals' work. Maybe they don't send them all.
Jaguar 535-4 to the BNSF 9096 North, box 1, void authority number 535-3, box 2 for CPC Green Creek to milepost 74 on the main track, 2 boxes 1 and 2 over.
Okay, now they're going up to milepost 74, and they're close enough I can pick them up on the radio. So they just got a warrant, 1458, if you heard that, they just got a warrant to, I know, right? I know that feeling. All those phantom horns. But they're close enough I can hear them on the radio now. They got a warrant up to milepost, I think he says 70. That's a horn. Milepost 74, I think he said they got a warrant to. Yeah, they must have extended it because when he initially got it, he said North Graston. Because he said, I'll give you a warrant to North Graston for starters. He'll probably use this stream to see if it's worth it. Yeah, we take what we can get on this line. Because when you get the dead times and with us working and that kind of stuff, it's like when we get times like this where we got free time, we will take it. Train is a train on this line, especially on the weekends. You got that right. Oh yeah, you got it worse than we do. All right, we'll be ending it after this stream, so if you can give it some more likes, I guess. Yes, it is an ace, because it said 90, 96 or something, I think you said. Yeah, they're moving slow, by the way. Because it shouldn't have taken them that long to get from 5 to the dog park crossing. That'd be cool, but it didn't sound like his voice. I don't think he is.
BNSF detector. Milepost 112.3. No defects. Repeat, no defects. Total axle 150 out.
Yep, that's definitely the Norton Superior. Very short Norton Superior. Good power, though. We'll take that. Yeah, I agree with you. What do you mean by OGs? No wonder they left so early. Yeah, I know. That was a very short train. Yeah, it's different when you see the Norton Superior or the Superior Norton short like that, but it has happened a couple times. Yeah, I do agree with you, though. That would probably explain why they extend the route to Hinckley, especially if they're going to be departing soon. All right, everyone. Thank you all very much for watching. That was our mystery train, Norton Superior. Nice leader, though. Nice leader. Nice Jeep on it. Middle unit, not too bad. What's that, an H2? I think it's an H2. Oh, pretty decent pictures. I think I've gotten 9096. I'll have to look that up when I get home. All right, yep, see you later. Thanks to all the new people who have watched. Thank you, 1458, for stopping in and saying hi. As far as I know, there are no more, there's no more trains coming north, to my knowledge. So anything like that will be coming south, but this might be the only train I may be catching today, but we'll see. See you later, and happy you got a good train, and actually have a train coming right now too. All right, well, good luck catching your train there, Moonlight. Thank you all very much for watching. Catch you in the next one, and good luck catching some trains yourselves. God bless.